So come on, guys. So hurry up, okay? Yeah, so just till then, can you spotlight my other camera?
Once you turn on the camera, I'll do that.
Yep.
It's spotlighted.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so come on, guys. So how many of you are making it with me today? Like how many of you already gathered the materials and all of that? Come on, let me see how many of you are making it with me today. No one? So no one's making it along with me today? See, there are many reasons I'm asking this, okay? Because, so, you know, I can go along to your pace because, see, you're a beginners, right? So I can go a little more detail and explain too, okay? So when I feel like doing it with me today, just drop a message in the chat box. Just tell yes or me or something, right? So is anyone making it with me today? Okay, so Kirtana is. Okay, Vashini is making it with me, okay. Come on, guys, we've got almost 60 people and only 3 of y'all are making. Okay, ma'am, it's okay, it's okay. Okay, so we have 4 people making. Misha too, okay. That's all. Okay, fine. Okay, fine, guys. Okay. So now the first thing is, if you see, I've actually, yeah, sure, ma'am, just a second. I'll just type it out in the chat box. No, no, no. You don't need 3 bangles. I've just taken 3, like, just to explain. Okay, there's no other reason. Okay, so I think just a second, guys. So has everyone else gathered their materials if anyone wanted to? Okay, I've just given a rough list of the things that you'll need. Okay. Okay, so now the reason we've got 3 bangles. Okay, so I'm going to explain. I want all of you to, you know, just remember this part. Okay, each one's of different materials, right? This one's a glass bangle, right? So you can see these glass bangles that we generally use, right? And this one's a plastic bangle. Okay, you know, you even have these steel bangles, right? So you can use them too. And this one is a proper steel ring, right? So this is the ring that generally we use, like the art and craft people they use. You know, you can use it for macrame, for dream catchers, for a lot of art stuff, for a lot of DIY projects and all of that, right? So the reason I've pulled out 3 bangles over here is this glass bangle. We all are well aware about how fragile it is, right? So imagine, you know, when you're halfway done with your work, or just when you're done with your work completely, it falls, or some small mishandling happens. If it breaks, then that's it. So all your hard work is going to go for a waste, right? So until you're just practicing, it's fine. Okay, so if you're going to go a little beyond practicing, you know, like if you're going to make a proper Dreamcatcher and stuff, I suggest you not to use a glass bangle. Okay, guys, am I audible to everyone else? Like, is my volume okay? Can someone just confirm? Okay, so everyone says it's fine. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so that's the reason I suggest you all not to use a glass bangle. Okay, so apart from glass bangle, you can either go for a steel bangle, okay, or a plastic bangle, okay, or this is a steel ring that, you know, you get this to make dream catchers, right? So today I'm just going to be making it with this plastic bangle over here. Okay, so I'm going to be making a black color one, right? So the first thing what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking some out and rolling it into a small ball. Okay, like, you know, a small bundle, probably something of You can say something of this size. Okay, so this will be easy and comfortable to handle with, right? So I'm just gonna roll this into a tiny ball. Okay. It depends on the size of the bangle, okay, the amount of wool or thread that you'll be needing, okay, because if you're using thread, you'll need a little more than wool, right? Because wool is kind of thick and they do take a little more space, right? So I've just taken this much out. You can see I'm gonna cut it out, okay. And now we've got this. Okay, just imagine me working with this mess. It's obviously going to get knotted and all of that, right? So to avoid that, what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be rolling it into a tiny bundle, right? So here you go. So I'm just rolling it in between two of my fingers, okay? The size of the bundle really doesn't matter, okay? It's just as long as you're comfortable to work with, okay? So if you can see, we're done, okay? And now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be attaching this to the bangle, okay? As we're just beginning, you can use any knot, okay? But yeah, there are specific knots that you can use in which the knots won't really show. But otherwise, yeah, you can just go for any kind of knot, okay? As we're just learning. So I'm just going to be attaching this. Ma'am, I think your device has some problem because I'm kind of audible to everyone else. Yeah. Okay, so if you guys can see, we are done connecting it, right? So we've got one loose corner and we've got this other bundle corner, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start wrapping the bangle, okay? But I'm not going to cut this extra wool out, right? So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to hold this extra wool along with the bangle, okay? And I'm going to wrap it around with this, okay? Oh, one more thing I forgot, guys. Okay, so basically, this is important for anyone, okay? Just listen up, okay? I am going to work clockwise, okay? Because right side is my dominant, okay? Like I'm a right-handed person, right? So I'm going to work towards my dominant hand, okay? If you're a left-handed person, feel comfortable to work towards your dominant hand, okay? So whichever sided you are, work towards your dominant side, okay? So I'm going to work towards my right side. So you can see I'm just going to hold it tight over there and I'm going to start wrapping. And you want to make sure the wrapping part is tight enough, okay? Tight, and you should cover the whole bangle. There should be no bald patches or empty spaces anywhere, okay? Like this does require a lot of finger coordination, okay? Like it might seem very simple, but to get the hang of it and the speed of it you will need some finger coordination, right? So if you can see, we're just going to work clockwise all around, okay? And just make sure you wrap it tight enough that it shouldn't be loose anywhere, okay? There's another reason, make sure you leave no space, okay? See, if you're using a plastic bangle, it's fine. But if you're using any other material underneath, like, be it silver or be it any metal, or if you're using the ring itself directly, there are a lot of reasons that it might get rusted, right? Even a little contact with the air, it will get rusted, right? So to decrease the time for it to get rusted, now, if you cover it properly, there are little chances of postponing it. Okay, though there are some ways, okay, which I will share with you all in the end, okay, to avoid the rust. But one of the way to avoid the rust is this, okay. So if you guys can see, can you see like the bangle is not visible at all, right? Can you see no matter how much I pull, it doesn't become loose. There's no spacing anywhere. I'm literally scratching it with my nails. It doesn't move, right? So that's the tightness you need it to be, okay. And always hold it tight, hold it tight, hold it tight, hold it tight, okay? I don't let the wool loose anywhere, right? I either hold it with my left finger and I do it with my right. When I hold it with my right hand tight, then I let go of my left finger. So you can see that's the coordination that you need to build, okay? And that you will gradually get it over time, when you practice and stuff, right? You in the beginning when you're starting itself, you necessarily don't have to go in a specific pace or anything. Just take time, explore and learn, see and learn your own method of making. Okay, because everyone's got their own style, right? And you will take a little time to find your own style and build it and work around it, right? So for that purpose, you can just take it slow. No issues, no pressure, no nothing. Okay, take it in your own pace. Okay, because that is very important for any artist. Okay, you can see that I am going a little fast because I've been doing this for quite some time, right? Is my voice not audible for others again? Or is it fine? Can someone just confirm?
It is audible to me. I guess the ones who are telling this is the ones who are not connected to the audio device.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Yeah. So if you can see, we are done with almost half the bangle. Okay. This is actually one of the most time-consuming process. Okay, but trust me, if like you'll be satisfied by the end of it. When you get that perfect outcome, can see we're almost three, four. Like, just look at my wrapping. The bangle's not visible anywhere. Right? Can you see that perfect finish we are getting? Right? There's no unevenness, there's nothing. Right? That perfect finish. So that is exactly what we are looking for. Okay. And don't worry if you're just beginning, it's completely fine. Okay. You will take time to learn, just accept that fact. Okay. And don't worry if you're making any mistakes, I'll be there to guide you all. Okay. Okay, just a second then. Okay, I think it's fine. Okay. So I'm just going to continue. Right now I'm using wool. Okay. If you don't have wool, it's okay. You can even use these embroidery threads, right? These embroidery threads that we get in the market, right? You can use these threads too. Okay. I hope whoever's making it with me is almost done with wrapping the bangle. And one more thing is, once you start wrapping the bangle, just try your best don't not to take a pause in the middle. Okay, because if you let it loose in one place, you'll have to start all over again. Okay, so imagine, see, I'm almost done, right? If I let it loose over here, I'll have to start all over again, right? So to avoid any of that issues, we're just going to sit and finish it in one go. It won't take that much of a time to see it. Look, it took like very less time right now, right? So for that reason, you can just sit and finish it off in one go. Because if it becomes loose, then you'll have to start all over again, right? And that's actually quite another headache. You can't make any changes in the middle too, right? So if you can see, we're almost done. Okay, as we've reached the corner, I'm just going to be making a knot over here. Okay. Again, make sure your knots are secured enough. Okay. So to just make sure that I'm going to do it twice. And yeah, there you go. I hope everyone, whoever's making it with me, they're done with the outer bangle. Are you all done, guys? Just drop a message in the chat box. Just let me fix my network issue. Okay, no, it's okay. Just take a minute. Okay, by then even I'll just figure out my network issue. Like less than a minute. Okay, come on, guys. So I want you all to hurry up. Okay.
Just a moment, guys. She's fixing it. We can't hear you.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, whoever is done, like, are you done wrapping it with me? Whoever was making it with me. Okay, fine, guys. It's okay. Just till you're finished. Okay. I'm gonna be explaining the inner part of the web. Okay. Let me just pick up a sample. Okay. So if you can see, I've just taken out another star dreamcatcher that I had worked on. Yeah, you can definitely try it out with a thicker thread. You'll definitely have these nice textures on the ring, right? You can try experimenting, nothing wrong, okay? But by then you will be able to figure out which one works well for you and which one doesn't. Okay. So if you can see this one, the star inside. Okay, so that is the thing I'm going to be explaining right now. The reason I've gone for a pencil and a paper is, okay, there are two types of stars actually, right? So one, we have a 5-pointer one, right? So this one's got 5 corners, right? And there is a 6-corner one. So this one's literally got 6 corners, right? So if you notice for this one, we actually joined two individual triangles, right? So for this, imagine you'll have to cut and join the thread again. That's going to be a little complicated, right? So for that, we're going to go with this one, okay? One more thing, this one starts and ends in the same place, right? So there's no additional cutting and stitching, nothing, right? So it's going to be very simple and very easy to do, right? So what you're going to do is you're just literally going to trace the star with the wool on the bangle, right? It's very simple, no rocket science, nothing complicated, okay? So are you ready to try? Okay, so I'm just going to take a little thread out, a little extra. This is to avoid any knotting and stuff, okay, when I'm working in the middle, okay? Yeah, so there you go. So if you guys can see, I had told you it starts and ends in the same place, right? So it starts over here, so we're going to go up and then down, and then here, and then here. Yeah, if your thread got over, you can definitely attach it with a new thread, okay? So you can see I'm just gonna start. Okay, you wanna learn how to attach. Okay, just a moment. I'll just show you with an example. Okay, so you can see I've just taken some two random threads. Okay, so imagine this is the thread that was gonna get over, and this is the thread that I want to attach. Right, so we've got two threads. Okay, one type of knot that you can use to make this is, okay, it's that you all know how to tie a shoelace, right? Obviously, that's one basic thing that we all learned, right? So before you tie a shoelace, you first make this knot, right, on your shoes. And you all know when you make that twice, you get a knot, right? So we're just going to make it twice. Okay. You can just make that knot twice and make sure you tighten it enough. Okay. It shouldn't get loose. Okay. Like they shouldn't open up. Okay. You should tie it very tight enough. Okay, like literally just look at this. The more tighter it is, the less visible the knot will be. Literally, can you see the knot? It's like kind of barely visible, right? So that's how tight you need the knot to be. Okay, so this is one way of attaching it. There is another way where you can do it without the knot showing at all, okay? Like I'll be sharing that in the end, okay? Like it'll be shared in the masterclass, okay? So now if you guys can see, I'm going to trace that star exactly over the bangle. Okay, yeah, and Vashni, I hope it was clear. Like, were you able to do it? Okay, just let me know, okay? So till then, I'm just going to carry it on. Okay, thank you, Ashwin. Okay, so guys, just notice, okay, I'm just going to be tracing the star around the bangle. Okay, so we're starting over here. Okay, I'm going to go up, like literally from up, I'm going to go behind. You can see, so we just get the thread in place. That's all. It's going to be very simple. Okay, so now as we are over there, it's going to come to this side and over there and down. That's all. You all saw how easy and simple it was, right? And we literally got a perfect star, right? Literally, like, make sure all sides are even. Okay, like, one side shouldn't be small and one side shouldn't be big and all of that. Only if you realize that all the sides are even, then you'll realize it's a perfect star. It's not towards one side or anything, right? I hope it was clear for everyone. Did everyone get this part, or do you want me to repeat it again? Yes, Vashni, yeah, you've got it correct. I think just show it behind a lighter surface. I'm not able to see it clearly, actually. Just show it behind some light surface. Okay, so I'm going to assume everyone got it. Okay, so now I'm just going to make a knot in this corner. Okay, like I'm just going to finish the star. Okay. If you think your knot is not secure enough, just do another one. Just go again. Nothing wrong, okay? In just making sure your knot is secure enough. Okay? So now if you guys can see, we are done with this. I'm just going to move this a little that side. I think now it's perfect. Yeah, I think the star is actually pretty perfect and even, right? Okay, so now the next step is we're going to be attaching feathers. Okay. So wait, let me see how many of you are interested in learning how to attach the feathers. Just drop a message in the chat box. No one? Okay, so we've got one person. Just one person is interested to learn how to do the feathers. Okay. Okay, that's a handful of you. Okay. If you guys can see, we've got some very pretty cute feathers over here. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. Okay. So now the thing is, I think I'm going to keep my Dreamcatcher this way. Okay, like this part above. Or how about we just tilt it a little? Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be my top part. Okay. So I'm going to add 3 bunches, right? So if you can see over here, we've added 3 bunches. 1, 2, 3. Right? Okay, so they're asking for star once more. Okay, okay, I hope you understood it when I showed it to you on the paper. Okay, you want to know where are the feathers? Okay, if you want to know where are the feathers, like where I get all my materials from, just wait till the end, okay? So see, what you're going to do is when you're done with the Dreamcatcher, okay, Bhuvna, just notice, okay? I'm just going to take it around the Dreamcatcher ring itself. You can see, so from top, I take it below. I take it around. You get it? So it stays sturdy too. Okay, so you're just literally going to be tracing the star. Okay, so you're just going to trace the 5-pointer star that I had shown you. Okay, this one, right? So like I told you, you start over here, you take it on top of the bangle, you take it around, and then the side of the bangle from the back, then you take it on top, then from there behind you join to this one. Get it? So you start and finish it in the same place. And make sure all the spacings between each are the same. Okay. Yes, I'm actually the 6-pointer star is not as complicated as you think. Okay, it's actually very easy comparatively. Okay, but don't worry, if you want to learn, I'll definitely teach you all. Okay, as long as you know my students have the learning mindset. Trust me, I'm open to teach anything. Okay, yeah. So now if you guys can see, this is going to be the top corner. Okay, we've got this much of space below, right? So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to add 3 sets of feathers. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to follow the same 3 sets here. So one set over here, one in the middle, and one on the left. Right? So here's where our 3 sets are going to be. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little wool. I'm not going to cut it till here. I'm going to leave a little wool. Okay. Some more till here. You can see. Okay. I'm going to leave it till there and then I'm going to chop it off. You necessarily don't have to measure this length. Okay. You can just go on with how much of you're comfortable with. Okay. So now as I had told you 3 bunches, right? So I'm going to attach another thread over here and another thread over here. Okay. So I'm just going to go on with that. It's okay, Vashni. Even if you don't have feathers, it's okay. You can even complete it later. Now, if you can make tassels, you can definitely try it with that. Okay. And guys, like I always say, make sure your knots are secure enough. Okay. You don't want them to open up when you're done with your work, right? Because you actually can't even redo it after a point. So make sure they're tight enough. Okay. And yeah. So I'm not going to measure and all. I can just leave how much of you're comfortable with. Okay. And my last set, I'm going to be attaching in this corner. I believe for everyone who was actually making a Dreamcatcher, I think the feathers part is the one that's most complicated for all, right? Especially to get the bunchy one. Okay, like tell me, how many of you have tried making a Dreamcatcher before? No one? So this is all your first time? Okay, so Survi says, oh wow, mom, it's nice to hear. Like, did you make it like all by yourself from scratch? Because you get a lot of these, pre-made kits and all of that. Right now I'm using woolen thread. Like I'm using wool. I'm using like the proper typical wool, that you use for these knitting or whatever, knitting, crochet and other art purposes. So I'm using, you can see like this is the typical woolen bundle. Okay, so this is the wool that I use. Okay, so I'm just going to leave approximately, yeah, so that's all. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it over. Yeah, so here you go. So you can see we've got 3, right? So now the next step is attaching the beads. So I've gone for white beads. Okay. So now we're just going to put each bead inside each one of them. Okay. So I'm just gonna. Yeah. So I've put one bead in. So now we're going to go on for the next one. And that's all. And now for the final one. I hope I was clear to everyone till now. No one's got any doubts or any issues, right? Okay, so now if you guys can see, we've put 3 sets, 3 beads in, right? Okay, so now the next thing is we're going to take a drop of Fevicol. Okay, so when I tell a drop, I literally mean it. Okay, just a single drop. Okay. Yeah, you can literally see when I tell a drop, I meant it. Okay, just a single drop. Okay. So now what I'm going to be doing is, okay, I'm just going to put this one aside. Okay, so you can see I picked up one feather. You can see this corner of the feather, right? It's got a little stick kind of. Yeah, so we're just going to dip only that corner into the Fevicol. Don't take too much of Fevicol, don't take too little too, okay? And we're going to put it inside the bead. Okay. It's going to be like when it dries out, it will stay sturdy too, okay? So I've taken my second feather. Approximately, you can see we're going to do 2 feathers in each bead, okay? So I'll take my second one. And yeah. So there you go. That's all. I'm literally done with the first bunch. Okay. I just wanted to stay down. Okay. So I'm just put a little weight over there. Okay. So that it doesn't fly in, I don't want it to dry it out in different shapes. Right. So now I'm going to go in for the middle one. And make sure you don't disturb any of the previous ones while you're working on the next one. Okay. I wasn't left with 3 strands exactly, Ritu. I was left with only 1 strand. I had attached another 2 strands to put the feathers in. So I had attached another 2 strands to the Dreamcatcher ring. Okay. So I'm doing third bunch. Okay, so that's all. Okay, so now we're gonna let them dry. Okay, because you don't want them to get spoiled or anything, right? So we're gonna let them dry. Okay, like just give them a couple of minutes. Okay, we aren't yet done with the whole Dreamcatcher. We've got few more steps, just few more steps. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, so you can see all this extra wool and all of that we've got, right? So we've got some more steps to cover. Okay, I don't want your linear like yeah, I was putting the feathers into the beads. So I had put the beads into the wool, okay, that extra wool that we had connected, and then inside the beads I had put in the feathers. Okay. So yeah, guys, I don't want any of you to leave. Okay, just hold on a little. Okay. Yeah. So just till it dries. Okay. Over to you, Sahina.
Yes.